Hello and welcome to another video about Cardano. In this video we want to take a look at what the Cardano price is doing because it's dropping a little bit. People get a little bit frustrated again. I've seen it in the comments, but to be fair, we always need to compare it with other cryptos in the crypto market and with past performance, and Cardano has done pretty well. On this map you can see all the transactions which are currently going on in the world, and there are quite a bit. So yeah, I mean, the price is dropping. That's not a problem, and let's take a look at the price. Cardano currently, this is the daily chart. We can see that we haven't broken that trend line that we've talked about today. On the daily, that is the main thing. We need to stay above that trend line, that white trend line, that diagonal resistance line, which has formed now over the last few weeks, but over the last couple of weeks. I always say it, you have a trend line as soon as you can connect 3 points on a chart, because you can always connect 2 points, but if you have 3 points, at least you can say that you have a valid trend line. What we can see in an uptrend, we always connect the lows, right? And we have that one low, well, that one candle here, that candle, and here that candle, at least 3 touches. If you have too many, that's not great. If you have too many, then it's a more obvious trend line, and then it's harder to make profitable trades. But as you know, on this channel, I'm personally more a long-term holder anyway. Cardano is my biggest holding, and what we can see, the trend line is still valid. Yes, we have a red candle at the moment today, but we haven't broken that trend line yet. We have just been at 291. We're now back to 293. Seems like it's going well. What we don't want is, we don't want to break below that trend line. I said it, we shouldn't drop below 290. I think as long as we stay above 290, it's a bit hard to see. Also, as it's a diagonal one and the price is dynamic, it's a bit hard to say when we'll exactly drop below it. But yeah, at the moment it's looking like, you know, in the 290 range. We shouldn't drop below 290. I mean, I talked about it. If I zoom in a little bit and make it a bit clearer, that purple zone in which we currently are, you can see that rectangle here. That really is the main support resistance zone that we are currently trading in, pretty much like a channel at the moment, I think. And we can switch over to the 4-hour chart in a minute, but this is really where the main resistance level of 292 started, which is now support, and we've been in that 292 to 297 range for a while now. Well, actually not for a while, only for a few days, but if we get above it, then there's a good chance we get back to the 310 level. I think to continue that trend, we need to at least get to the 310 and get above 310. I think then the next target for me is 450, definitely. I mean, not the next one, but maybe even before the hard fork, 450. I think that is something that is actually realistic. If not before the hard fork, definitely after the hard fork at some point this year. That's my view, and only my view. So it could also drop. If it drops, I think if it drops below that trend line, and then I said the next main support line in my opinion is the 270. Yes, we've got like one here at 288, but that 271, you know, 270, 271, that's the main one. I think if we get below that, I think we might drop to 220, and that's because looking at the main Fibonacci levels, which I don't have currently on the chart here, but I think that is a possible scenario. So I think if we don't get back to the 310, and if we drop below that trend line, drop below 270, I think the next stop might be 220. Looking at Fibonacci levels, retracement levels, and then, however, if we stay above it, and if we get back to the 310, then I think we will get to the 450 at least. That is my view. That is my view. So at the moment, I'm not worried. That is just, again, a normal consolidation after making a new all-time high, which was at 310. Let's take a quick look at the 4-hour chart. Here on the 4-hour chart, if I zoom out a little bit, we can see that we're currently exactly in that area, seem to be bouncing off to the upside again because we have a green candle. As I said, we don't want to get below that level, so that's something we need to watch out for. But besides that, this could even be again something like a bull flag. even though it's looking like we've got a horizontal support level here, so a little bit bearish, but we have just made an all-time high, so I'm not worried. And we are still in this support zone or resistance zone, however you want to call it, from which point of view you are, and we just need to continue to stay above that level. Here we can see it a little bit in more detail. That line is currently at 292 pretty much, so we don't want to get below 292 pretty much. Where are we with Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin is crucial as well. Currently again at 50,000, so that's important. Just keep it going. We want to keep above the 50,000. Ideally, we want to get finally above the 50,500. We are nearly there, guys, and we want to get through that 50,500 because we are making higher lows. So you can see that here now again at a new higher low, as it seems to be that we are going up again a little bit. At least we have a new green candle here. So in my view, ideally, we want to make another at least another attempt to get through the 50,500, maybe today, maybe later this afternoon. I said this morning that it is hard for the price currently to get away from the 50,500 again. Sellers are not very strong, which is an indication that we could really make that final attempt to get through the 50,500 and then tackle the 52,000, which would then again help Cardano. That's what I can read in the charts at the moment. I made you aware of basically two Cardano scenarios. One is that we get above the 310 again, and then my target is 460. And the other one is if we drop below that 292 level, get back to 270. And then if we drop below that, we'll get back to 220, which, to be honest, for me, even though I'd like to get the price to get up, but for me, both are actually good because I'm a long-term holder, you know that. And at 220, I think Cardano is at a discount, and I will definitely then buy much more, and then that might be one of the last few times that we see these prices again. So let me know where you think it's going. Let me know what you think when we are going where, and hope you liked that update. If you did, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.